Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This time I'm gonna show you how to make a cute and simple Word document. You can do it either to make your homeworks more pretty, more aesthetic, or just because you want to show off to your teacher and get a better grade. I don't know. So I'm gonna show you guys how I usually do it whenever I want to do something quick, but I also want it to look pretty. So let's get right into it. So the first thing we're gonna want to do is that we want something here at the top of the page so that it doesn't look too bland because it's a lot of white. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go to the Insert tab and we're gonna select Shapes. And we're gonna select the shape that says Freeform Shape. Once you have it selected, you can begin drawing whatever shape you want, like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, it can be less messy. Actually, I'd prefer it if you make it like messy, so it can have like that kind of aesthetic. And we can just adjust it a little bit here. And there you have it. But obviously, we're not gonna leave it like this. So what we're gonna want to do now is that we are going to search for a type of texture that we want for that shape we drew. For example, it can be like newspaper texture, I don't know, water texture, transparent texture, I don't know. In my case, we're gonna look for a craft paper texture. So for example, we're gonna put craft paper texture. See, right here. You're gonna go to images and we're gonna select the one that we like the most. For example, there's lots of choices to choose from. I'm gonna choose this one. So we're gonna save it here in the computer and then we're gonna open it back in Word. So once you already have your texture saved, what you're gonna want to do, we're gonna double click this and we're gonna go to Shape Fill right here. We're gonna select the option that says Picture right here, which says Picture Fill. This little box will appear. You're just gonna select from a file. You open it and then you go to whichever folder you saved the picture. For example, I save it here. Here it says craft paper. And look, now the shape has the texture of a craft paper. Like instead of putting a whole PNG and then cutting it like that, you can just create the shape and then put an image right on top of it. I think it makes things easier. We're gonna remove the outline too, and there you have it. We have this nice aesthetic fill over here. So now what we're gonna want to do next is that we're gonna want to do the title. So for that, you're gonna go to Insert and select Text Box. You're gonna draw text box here, over here. And we're gonna remove the fill. You put shape fill, no outline either. And for example, let's pretend I'm gonna talk about animals. So you write your title, animals. Now what you're gonna want to do next is that we want to select a cute and pretty font, but that is still legible because we still want the readers to know what the topic is. We don't want them to confuse themselves. So I'm gonna select the font that I have right here, which could be perfect. Obviously, there's lots of other fonts out there. All of the fonts I used are taken from a website called thefont.com. If you want, next video I can show you guys how to download the fonts from there, and I can also show you my favorite fonts from there, so that you get an idea of pretty fonts and whatever for your notes. So in the end, I decided to use this font that's called CreateLand. You can find it on thefont.com and it's very pretty, so I think it goes perfect. which type of aesthetic I'm going. So we're gonna put it, and we're gonna change the color. You're gonna double click the text box, and we're gonna go here to where it says text fill. And what I recommend you guys have is you need to have an established color palette already, so that you don't waste time while doing the notes. For example, you can have a purple color palette, a blue color palette, a green one, a red one, I don't know. But if you want to do it quick, you need to have a clear idea of what colors you can use or you want to use for your notes. For example, because I'm gonna be talking about animals, I think that orange goes well with that topic. I usually base my colors based on the topic I'm talking about. For example, if I'm talking about water, I'm gonna use more blue colors. If I'm talking about nature, I'm gonna use more green colors, and like that. So we're gonna select this this little orange. And now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna select this one that says text outline. And what we're gonna want to do is that we are gonna select an outline color for it. I'm gonna choose this more darker orange. And look how it looks like. It looks very pretty for me. So I'm gonna... oh, oops. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Gonna try to center it, make this more bigger too. And now to make it more aesthetic, was to say, we're gonna repeat what I did in the last video I made about the PowerPoint presentation. We're gonna copy and paste the same text box, and what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go to shape format and put all of this, the shape, the text field, the text outline was white. We're gonna try to center it, there like that, and we're gonna select send backward. Now it has a nice little shadow too. I usually prefer to use the white shadows, but if you want to use a black shadow, an orange shadow, I don't know, you're free to do whatever you want. It's your notes, your choices. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what to do. So now that we have the title and everything here, what we're gonna want to do is now we want to write the text. So we're gonna go again to insert, select text box, we're gonna draw one, like this. This time I am gonna leave the shape outline because I don't want my viewers to confuse themselves. I wanted to know exactly where my text is. So we're gonna select the orange outline here, and I'm gonna put it more thick lines like this. Obviously this is your free choice, and yeah, you don't necessarily have to put an outline. I just want to put it because I think it looks better that way. So now we're gonna want to select a font that is very easy to read, because this is the part where the information comes in. And we want our readers, or our teachers in this case, to know what they are reading and for them to have no complications while reading it. So we're gonna select a font. For example, this one, Letter for Learners. I think I used the same font in the PowerPoint presentation, but I just really like how it's very easy to read and how it still looks very aesthetic and simple. So yeah, this is my go-to. This is also for the font.com, and yeah. So we're gonna put the animals, and you put your information here, and yeah, right? I'm gonna put the color of the text in orange. I'm gonna put this orange right here because I still wanted to have like that orange feel, you know. And yeah, we're just gonna put information here. And once you put your information, Well, like that it can be basically done because it doesn't look ugly, looks really pretty, and it doesn't look that boring. But what you can do if you want to make your presentation more beautiful is that we're gonna go to insert and we're gonna go to shapes. We're gonna select the oval shape. Gonna click on it and we're gonna create some little circles. For example, this one. It can go here. Now we can just copy and paste this circle too. We can make it smaller, we can make it bigger, we can make it wider. Anything you think that might look better. And we're gonna put one last circle over here. And now what you are gonna want to do with those circles is that you want it to fit your color palette too. So we're gonna go to shape fill, we're gonna select the same orange we used to fill the text here. We're gonna select the same orange we did for the outline too. If you want to make the outline more wider, then you can, more thicker. Put it like this. Or no, I'm gonna put it like this. So if it's more. And like this. And there you have it. You have a very aesthetic notes about animals, and you can do it with whatever topic you desire to. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the animals. I think this is a very quick and easy way to make a pretty note without wasting too much time on it. For example, if you have more time to make a note, I really recommend you use more things, more images, more shapes. But if you want to have the work done in like 10 minutes or so, then you can just use these tips to make your notes simple but aesthetic. I really hope you liked the video. I really hope it helped you. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!